What's up, guys? Sorry.
You better hear me a bit better now. Cool. Yeah, just looking at the charts for today, we're in a bit of an interesting spot. Following along with the outlook very nicely from what we had on Friday and what we were speaking about in that recap call yesterday morning. But it unfortunately hasn't left us with a lot to be able to work with for today. Obviously looking at GU now. However, of course, we've taken out that 15-minute external high. We've created this internal retest here, which is really, really nice. Obviously swept that, but it is highly likely to be a break of structure to the downside. We've come up, induced that retest nicely that I wanted, mitigated, and now obviously broken to the low. Look, we got all of this gap up here, which I'd like to fill. Um, Problem is we obviously just don't have a lot of structure to better work with to get there. Right now we are going to bring in Asia low sellers. If we can come down internally induce that point there, look, I'll be open to potentially trying to buy that move up. Um, we'll see. We'll see what the market wants to do. I'm open. I'm open to it. It's just going to depend on what we get. Like this is going to work in a way of obviously bringing in these sellers. So if we can come down like this, potentially get some sort of like a smart money trap play here. I'll be open to running that up just to target this gap and that retracement there. Better outcome would be to make the retest and then be able to work our way up and yeah, get an inducement of that even for tomorrow. Big thing we always have to remember is your analysis doesn't have to be for trading today. The analysis today can be for tomorrow's setup. So something to bear in mind. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm looking at on GU. On EU, I've made some adjustments to my ranges just because we're in a really big range otherwise. So we're inside of this much larger leg here. I have refined my 15 minute to much more internal, just working with a little bit of retest here, inducement of retest, break, mitigation of decisional, break, and then obviously break to the downside again. So I am going to work inside of this internal leg here as my 15-minute external. It'll just allow me to position myself a little bit better inside of this larger hourly leg and work with that a bit closer from there. So similar story to GU in terms of what we've got. So, this is a good inducement to the downside. This area here, though, is likely to be retest, used as retest of that hourly break. So unlikely to hold. Can't do a whole lot with that at the moment. With this break to the downside here, of course, again, we're taking Asia, bringing in Asia high sellers, inducement to the downside. You may be able to work with some sort of smart money trap option here. I don't really like it though. I'm not a big fan of the structure today. I would like to sell it, but we just don't have anything to really work with at the moment for sells. Um, yeah, and we're in obviously a very awkward position at the bottom of this leg with that gap. So not looking to do a whole lot right now. I'm more or less going to allow structure to play out, build out, and show me a bit more intention on where it's looking to go, and just develop some structure for the rest of the week. Really, I don't want to be rushing into anything. We are in a position right now where we've taken a lot of liquidity, and it's highly likely that the market's going to start presenting some really, really nice structure again, especially given that if we do start to go bearish here, we're going to be following with that 4 hour bearish leg. So we are in a really good spot. This is also the decisional of the daily break. So we're in a position where we can start following with some high time frame momentum again, rather than being in this complex pullback of that much larger bearish leg. So we'll see if this is going to present. Just got to be patient with it. Not rushing to anything. It may just sell where it is. Yeah, yeah. It's this range is just pretty average to be honest. We just need some better structure developed, and some structure developed to be able to do anything with this because we don't have much inside of here at all. So, yeah, not really looking to do too much with EU right now. I'm just going to allow it to do its thing. AU's probably a bit worse. AU's coming out of the decisional area of that hourly bearish leg that we've got here as well. Like obviously I was explaining last week, that's what we were looking for. We have now induced the retest of the 15-minute bullish external break. So we're in this weird spot right now. Internal leg is quite nice. We ended up coming up, inducing that high, mitigating like I spoke about on the Friday. Just obviously couldn't get anything in the way of an entry inside of there, and it did present late New York. got that break to the downside here now. So of course, working inside of this leg, it just needs to be confirmed as an actual leg. We do have an extreme and a decisional, so that's good in that sense. But yeah, no retest on the break or anything like that. So, and again, no structure. The problem that we got today, guys, is just the fact that we don't really have any structure to be able to work with here. It needs to develop, it needs to build before we can do too much with it. Especially with AU, the fact that we have come really, really aggressively up into this decisional. And of course, we can still come up to our extreme up here. And this, we have to bear in mind that that's a retest of our daily breaker structure. So, we can push much, much higher. And this decisional may be working as a smart money trap. And if that decisional is going to be a smart money trap, this is what it'll break to the downside. So, bearing that in mind, I would like to buy where it is just again to fill the gap at the very least, but also to play into the potential outcome of this being a smart money trap. So, what would I like to use to be able to buy? Look, we don't have anything at the moment, unfortunately. As much as I would love to have something here, we just don't. We just don't. And I'm not going to pretend that we do. So, look, if we can build some sort of structure that would allow me to buy, I'm open to it. If we can work our way up to induce this point, mitigate the extreme, and then get some sort of a sell, I'm also very open to that. If we could confirm this as a breaker structure through some sort of liquidity inside of the complex pullback, then that would be ideal as well. So right now, I'm just sitting on the side of, playing it by ear and seeing what the market wants to do. We'll have a look at news as well. All right, so looking at news, we've only got orange folder today in New York. We're coming up to crossover, and we got nothing on Forex Factory. PPI tomorrow. Yeah, it's a very low news week this week. Yeah, okay. All right, sweet, easy guys. Yeah, so look, nothing special for today. Nothing special for today. Don't go jumping the gun and doing anything silly. Like I said, we're in a position right now where the market can start to present us with some really nice price action again. Let's just be patient. Let's not undo any progress, and let's just wait for the market to be in that spot, and then we'll go from there.